Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Afham. Today my group will present about the finding that obtained from our interview project. Our first interviewee is known as Lin Duncan Ruishan. He is a CIM engineering specialist at Seagate System Penang Berhad in 3 years since 2016. Next, we move to our finding of this project. Before attending for a job interview session, he was received a phone call from company and questioned about the personal background and his application to that job position. This is for verification purpose. After that, he was received an invitation email for the job interview session. While during the job interview session, he was required to fill out the interview evaluation form, including the expected salary for that position before entering an IQ and smoker detector test. Then, he was interviewed by 3 interviewers, including the translator, Japanese engineering manager, and Singaporean HR manager. He was given a task that required for a decision-making and critical thinking to solve it. Lastly, after attending for that interview session, he was received a greeting email from company for being successful in the interview session. Then, he was required to attending for a discussion about the salary package, starting working date, and sign off an offer letter as an officially approval for this job position.
Hello, I am Amzatul Marwa, and I will continue with the next topic of this project finding, which is the famous interview question. The famous interview question that had been experienced by him, including first, please describe yourself. Second, if given a chance of this job position, what do your work give to me? Third, why do you want to work with us? Fourth, if you have a relationship or family problem during your working hours, what will happen to you and how about your ongoing tasks? And lastly, what is the best word that you can describe about yourself? Next, we move to his preparation before attending for an interview session. Before interview session, he had a deep study about company background together with their principle of operation. He also concerned about the understanding of the job description for that applied job position. This is to ensure that he know the requirement for that job position. Besides that, he is preparing for the basic interview skills and famous interview question. He is training to answer that question and improving English communication skills. Lastly, as the day of interview session become closer, he prepared for the proper interview attire. This is to burst his confidence during that day. After interview session, he frequently updating for emails inbox. He also keep following up the status of job application if there is no response for the interview session. Lastly, if he was accepted for job interview, he prepared for a letter of resignation with proper period of notice to his current company. And lastly, when questioned about the expected salary for fresh graduate of bachelor degree in 2019, he stated for 2,400 ringgit Malaysia.
Hi, my name is Duncan Irishan. I'm from Penang. Currently, I'm working in Seagate Penang. My job is in computer integrated manufacturing, and my specialist is to analyze and to control the work related to computer integrated manufacturing. And what can I say is that working life is different from study and it is very challenging. So be prepared, yeah?
Second interview. Name Muhammad Zulhafizi bin Muhammad Sehat. Company UTHM. Job lab assistant. Working experience 6 years. Findings. The first question we ask about his experience before interview. First point about the phone interview that cover personal background, educational level, and available date for the interview session. Second, receive an official invitation email for the interview session. Second question, we ask about his experience during interview. He attend the IQ test and safety awareness exam. First interview session, he interviewed by the head of department for the job position. He evaluate the relay engineering skill of candidate. Second interview session, he is interviewed by the human resource manager to discuss about the salary package. And the last interview about the medical checkup and fitness test.
So his experience after attending for an interview session, he received a call from HR manager for being selected for the job position. Then he need to do last verification for salary package agreement and discussion for the available date of employment. After that, he need to come to the company for signing for an offer letter. He also said that famous interview question that will be asked by the interviewer is introduce yourself. The second question is when you step in our company, what is your first impression? And then from your educational background, what did you learn in university? The next question is why we need to hire you for this position. And the last one is what is the worst part in yourself that you keep improving?
For the preparation before the interview, he identified the nature, business, and the product of the company. He also identified the achievement of the company. Understanding about the job scope of applied position is very important. Days before the interview, he prepared professional attire and related document that mentioned in the interview invitation email. And also, he learned how to answer the famous interview question from the internet. As for the preparation after interview, he asked for the maximum processing date of interview status from the company, and also always stay positive if there is a rejection for the applied position. If selected, he sent an email for the company as appreciate for acceptance. Preparation for notice resignation letter for current employment after signing off an offer letter. He also said that expected salary for fresh graduate of bachelor degree students is 2,800 ringgit Malaysia standard.
Date the document lah, resume, sijil, then you punya attire lah. So must wear properly lah, like tak payah jangan pakai sneakers ke apa ke, pakai formal lah. Kalau macam lelaki, you should wear tie and then leather shoes.
Lastly, as a conclusion, this interview project has been accomplished through the great commitment and cooperation from all group members. All scheduled group meeting has been attended. As a result, all issue and problem that occur during this project implementation has been effectively solved. That's all from us. Thank you.